This Transmissions Trips to the Store video has been brought to you with the help of listeners like you. Without Patreon support, Transmissions would not be the show it is today. You can sign up for Patreon at www.transmissionspodcast.com/support.
Welcome to the Transmissions Trips to the Store, where we show off all the awesome Transformers stuff we got this week. This video is part of our regular Transmissions podcast. You can check that out at our website, transmissionspodcast.com. We do 2 shows every week. Every Wednesday is Transmissions, the toy show. It's all about Transformers toys, and Trips to the Store is a part of that. So hopefully you're watching this and listening to that every week. Then every Friday is Transmissions Alt Mode, which is all about Transformers comics and media. And this Friday is Valentine's Day, so we're going to review the Transformers Valentine's Day special. And we are looking forward to that. This week, we have a special guest on the podcast, Mr. John Paul Bove. How are you, sir?
Not that it's any of your business, Charles, but I'm actually doing pretty well.
Okay, next time I won't ask. It's fine.
Very personal. You just ask these questions and I'm just ready for them.
JP is a longtime Transformers comics colorist, so you've seen his work on lots of awesome Transformers comics. And you'll get to see more. I believe this week you have some coloring work in Transformers 17. We're going to review that probably next week, but your credits are there.
Oh,
And you've got the upcoming Transformers 84 series where you're coloring that as well. So
I do and I am. Or I am and I do. I'm not quite sure which way around the question is. Yes.
yeah, so JP's been around. He's been a longtime friend and frequent host on guest host on Transmission. So we're happy to bring him back. And we're going to show off some cool stuff this week. First, we're going to thank all our Donatrons because Transmissions and Trips to the Store is brought to you by you, the listener. Thank you, everyone, for contributing to our Patreon and PayPal. If you have not signed up for that, you can become a Transmissions Donatron by going to transmissionspodcast.com/support. And there you'll have links on Patreon and PayPal to sign up for becoming a Donatron. And JP has reminded us this week that we do have that $1,000 level. So if you join the Patreon at the $1,000 a month level, we and JP will come to your house and do a podcast live. And JP is bringing the ham.
I've had the same. I'm upgrading it to glazed now because people have not taken up on this. But I've had the same ham. It's been sat outside on the front porch for 4 years now. It's just ready and willing and waiting whenever anyone wants it. I'm ready to travel with it. So there's only a certain amount of time before it's not a ham anymore. So come on, people, get on this.
And if you don't want to do that. If maybe that's a little bit too much of a commitment for you, just go to our merchandise shop at TeePublic, and that's at transmissionspodcast.com/shop, where you can buy some Transmissions merchandise. JP's just making me laugh. Sorry. Yeah, lots of cool Transmissions shirts and other Transformers themed shirts. Anything you buy from TeePublic through our link will help out the show. So thanks, everyone, for supporting us. All right, let's start off and show off the stuff we got. Jeremy, you're up first.
All right. I got a comic book, and that's about it. Just Transformers number 16. Got the A cover. This is the one that we last reviewed, I don't know, months ago, whenever it came out. So
only 2 weeks ago.
Looking forward to reviewing 17 next week. Haven't read that yet, even though we know it's coming out because we got the review copy. So that's all I got.
All right. I'll go next.
It's really tough to beat that, Charles.
I know.
Do what you can. I haven't been on for 2 years. I've got about 85,000 things to show. So upgrade your hard drive, kids.
All right, I can't possibly compete with JP, but I didn't get anything this week, unfortunately. But I do have some stuff from way back in TFCon Toronto last year. Here are some of the postcards I got from Josh Perez. So this is it's a 2-page postcard spread of Beast Wars, Optimus Primal, and Megatron. It's a nice little cool graphic, and then I've also got a 2-page spread of Snarl and Daniel in his exosuit, which is an odd juxtaposition, but there it is. It looks cool.
I'd wager it's based on the guests that were at TFCon.
Oh, probably. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, so that would be, what was it, David Mendenhall and Hal Rail, I think? Hal Rail, voice of Snarl, David Mendenhall, voice of Daniel, I think? Maybe.
You're the one with the encyclopedia in the brain.
And also some oldie but goodies. There's a Bumblebee in kind of an animated style, and then Ultra Magnus fighting Cyclonus. This is not a 2-page spread. They're just separate postcards. There they are.
Touch them together.
If they did go together, it would be a bit weird that Bumblebee's just sat there gurning like an idiot whilst Ultra Magnus fights for his life just behind his shoulder. I'm just smiling over here.
Smile for the camera.
Bumblebee, behind you. Huh? Behind you, Bumblebee. What? Behind you!
I also, at a parts party at TFCon Toronto, I picked up some little pewter figures. They're not pewter, they're just soft plastic, but they look kind of pewter. It's an Optimus Prime and a Jazz. They're little figures. They come apart. They're little pieces, little cool little figures. They've got little stands, too, that they're on, so I think they look cool. Yeah, I got them cheap at a parts party in somebody's hotel room, so I like them.
Arts party.
What else did you get in that room?
You were there, Darryl.
He's cured now. Whatever he picked up, it's gone by now.
Broad spectrum antibiotics.
All right, I'm going to throw it over to our guest, JP. I think he's got some things that'll put us all to shame this week. So go ahead.
I thought you were going to say to sleep. He's got some things that put us all to sleep. Because it's been a while, I'm going to get the big guy out of the way first. So, and one of his wings has fallen off. The one I so carefully put on before. So I'm just going to put it here so you can't see. So this is a Transformer. I believe there's a television series or books that this comes from. And I'm a huge base former guy. Not literally, he is. I am so excited that this is it weighs about 4 human beings in weight. It's and also it's just really big. Like as a kid, I imagined Omega Supreme being big, and then when I finally got him and he's this little tiny thing, and the rocket's like this big. But I like the way, the cunning way in which this comes apart, and the rocket's really, is a very long rocket. And what have you. And I love all this. I love all this shenanigans, this fire, I love that. And yeah, I'm just really happy. I'm really happy with the fact they're doing Scorponok and what have you as well. If I can have a huge city made of Transformers, I'll be very, very happy.
So you're probably happy that the Earthrise is also bringing back those little Micromaster bases.
Yes, yeah. Well, what's nice is because as a kid, sorry, just put that down. As a kid, I didn't really have, we didn't have very much. We didn't at all. And so Micromasters was a line I had quite a few of because tiny and cheap. And as a result, a lot of them I'm quite fond of, so I'm quite pleased to see those kind of coming out. So the other ones I got was I got these a while ago, but just because they all appeared in this hit artistic comic-based journal magazine, Transformers '84, and I used this for reference quite a lot. So I was using these guys as my reference for that. So I always get quite excited when I can actually buy, or I already own the toy of something, of a character that features in the book. Because
for the listeners, say their names so that for the people who are listening.
I forget where people at home are. So this is Punch / Counter-Punch. And then we've got Fastlane and Cloudraker, or Cloudraker Fast. I know which one's which. Of course I do. I'm a fan. So again, I use these guys quite a lot for reference, as well as the original. And then the only other
you did color Transformers '84 number 0.
Did I? My name's on the book. It's not always a good sign. Work on it. But yes, so I did, and they're in there. So that was nice. And then just recently, this was very hard to get over here because it's an exclusive to Walgreens. We don't have them here. So that was good. But I do like myself a Ratchet. Not slang for anything. There you go. So he's a darling. I'm pleased to have him. And then I picked up this dude just last week. So that's Spinister.
Nice.
So he's nice. I don't know why I really like this color of a magenta. It's a very vibrant color anyway. But and the purples and the blues, which I think is the same reason I really like the Seacons. Even though there are, they're not quite as nightmarish on the eye as Victorion. Those two colours are designed for epilepsy, but I just like that one.
Yeah, I think Darryl was singing the praise of Spinister when he got him.
Spinister won our survey for best deluxe figure from last year. So, and it's a fabulous figure. I love it.
But just look at that face.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant. I absolutely love that, and that's another one. So a lot of the figures that are coming out at the minute are ones I never saw in the shops, never owned as a kid, and largely they appeared in comics, and they looked like this in the comics, whereas the toys didn't. So for me, it's like proper wish, childhood wish fulfillment to for that. And then the one other thing I was just gonna, because I realised I really haven't made enough of a fuss about this book. Jim Sorensen's A Visual History, Transformers, which is just delightful. If you don't own it, then don't talk to me. Just don't.
I think there's a few pages on Regeneration 1 in there.
There is, yes. There's a few in there, but there's lots and lots of stuff from all over the Transformers landscape, and it's just beautiful. It's a gorgeous book. I think that's everything. So there we are. I managed to whittle down 85,000 down to 6. So there you go.
I think you still got us beat.
So you probably had all these on in the last few weeks, or months. But for me, this is an exciting, thrilling turn to the fold. So, I get to show off stuff. Normally, every time I've been on before, I've had to grab something that I've owned for about 8 years and go, look. But yeah.
Nice.
Thanks. Your approval means...
All right. Now it does, huh? All right, Darryl, wrap it up and show us what you got this week.
Heyo.
Well, I'm going to start off with a comic as well. This is Transformers 16, the other cover that we got. I can't remember who did this. The Lauren.
That is Hal Larron, who is a friend of mine. He's a UK-based artist, so he does a lot of CG stuff. So I don't know if he's hand drawn this or part rendered part. But yeah, we've worked together on a few bits and pieces, just small press stuff over here, and like 10 years ago, collaborated on a few bits and pieces. He's a really, really good guy.
He's
really
UK based, huh?
Yeah.
I think we all like
Don't hold
that.
Don't rip anything up just because it's the UK. We've already done that to ourselves.
Darryl prefers his artist to be Canadian.
This makes good mulch.
Absolutely.
But I do have a couple toys that I've been picking up. So these are some Action Masters that I've gathered. This is Snarl, Action Master Snarl. Doesn't transform into anything, but he has a little dude, little partner guy, Tyrannotron, I think his name is.
I think his name's Ian. Ian.
Tiny little dude.
Sir Ian.
Yeah. I mean,
come along, Snarl.
There's not a lot to these guys, but they're Transformers, so yeah. Also, I got
so much wasted plastic, Snarl. Sorry.
And the last one here is this is Jackpot.
Hey.
It's a remold or a recolor of the Jazz one, I think. And I don't remember what his little partner guy is, but it's right here. It's some kind of bird.
Barbara.
So they're fun. Yeah, they're neat. I've been trying to get a couple of the vehicles just so that these loose guys I can put in, just to have them so that they're not dinking around. A couple of the legs are really loose. These ones aren't that bad, but yeah, Snarls is actually, he's pretty tight. So yeah, whatever. They're fun. They're part of Transformers. So I guess if I'm gonna have a collection of G1s, I got to get the Action Masters too, right? So yeah, I'm almost at 300 figures, which is kind of crazy. 300 G1s.
Wow.
So yeah, it's getting a little ridiculous. I'm getting into the weeds here on the on the G1 figures. It's like, that's G1. All right, let's go.
You're not obligated to buy all the G1s, Darryl. Just let you know.
I am. If you're okay. If you get to this point, you're past the point of no return, Charles. You just have to finish it off.
Okay.
So anyway, that's what I did this week. There's a lot of other crazy crap around here. I think it's right here on the wall is my copy of Unearthed, signed by some gentleman. Yeah. So it's up there. It's behind my boxed Prowl. So yeah,
not slang for anything.
No. But, so yeah, it's in. You'll happy to know it's in a place of prominence in the house.
Thank you.
Where I can't see it.
Yeah.
His wife made him move it from the bathroom.
Yeah.
Take it out of the mulch pile and into a frame.
But that's it. That's what I got this week.
All right. Well, that will do it for Trips to the Store. Thanks, everyone, for watching and listening. Again, want to remind you... And thank you to John Paul Bove for making it extra fun and extra special this week.
Thank you. Hey, no. Thank you.
You're welcome. Again, we want to remind you that Transmissions is brought to you by our Donatron. So if you would like to join up and become one, just go to transmissionspodcast.com/support. And that's where you can sign up. If you want to leave us feedback, you can go to transmissionspodcast.com/feedback. And that's where you can leave us a voicemail, an email, leave us some posts on our website, hit us up on social media, even comment right below in this YouTube video. That's another way to do it. And we love getting feedback. We love hearing from our listeners. And sometimes we even respond on the show. So thanks, and keep those emails and voicemails coming. All right.
Help! I'm here against my will.
Well, edit that out.
You just need to cut it off at that point. Just go fade to black. At that. Smash that.
All right, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.